We're live on YouTube. Shalom, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat Kathar, all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat the sisters. So, trying to get everything set up. All right, we live on both platforms. And clap up. Shalom, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat Kathar, all the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Yahweh Shemal, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat the sisters. Preaching Officer 50 mile, y'all holding it down till Officer Tabuan can arrive. You understand? As you know, tonight is a Monday night history class. You understand? Which is a very important class, man. You understand? If you can hear me, Sadat, just shoot me at one real quick if you can hear what I'm saying. You understand? This is a very important class, man, and essential to the lives of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand? Understanding where we are, where we've come from, you know what I mean, and what's going on around us is, okay, most time Christ, you get me. It's very important, man. You understand? And it's essential, right? You know what I mean? So out the gate, let me see which one I want. One second. We can go to 1 Corinthians, right? Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 13, right? And we're going to start at verse 1. So 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and we're going to start at verse 1. All right. So the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 1 says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal, right? So it says, though I speak with the tongues of men, you understand? Though I speak all these different languages, though I can speak, Chinese. I seen one brother, he in the damn store, you understand, speaking some foreign language, I believe it was Chinese or one of these languages, to some foreigners, you understand, recording it with a little spy cam on the shoulder, you understand, trying to make them feel comfortable. You know what I mean, make them feel comfortable and make them feel at home because, they over here in America, they far from home and they foreigners. You understand, which was a disgusting thing to see, right? But even though, you speak Chinese, right? You speak Spanish, speak French, speak Latin. I don't know who the hell speak Latin, but you speak Latin. You know what I mean? Which is the tongues of men, right? That's what the scriptures mean when they say the tongues of men. And it said, and of angels, right? So you got the tongues of men and you got the tongues of angels. You understand? That tongue of angels is what? Is the Lashawan Kodash. You understand? That holy tongue, right? That separate tongue, that separate, language, right? Which is the Hebrew. You know what I mean? That ancient Hebrew, man. You understand? In the fourth dimension, that's what the angels speak. You understand? That's what the Most High speaks. He giving his orders out to those angels. He giving it to them in ancient Hebrew. You understand? They responded and talking in Hebrew, right? So we'll read again from the top. So it says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity. You understand? Real quick, charity according to the Bible, man, is brotherhood. You understand? Having love for your brother, compassion for your brother, empathy for your brother. You understand? Be willing to die, give your life for your brother. You know what I mean? That's charity, man. You know what I'm saying? So this scripture is saying, though I speak all these languages, you understand? Speak all these languages, and I speak the holy tongue, right? I speak that Hebrew too. But it says, and have not charity. So I'm speaking all these languages and the Hebrew, but I don't got brotherhood. You understand? It says, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. You understand? Meaning what? Those two objects are just things that make noise. You understand that? That sounding brass. Think about a baby when he get that toy. And he find out that thing rattle and they got something inside of him. And he just, you understand? It's over from that point. He ain't never gonna stop shaking the damn toy. You know what I mean? And it says, or a tinkling cymbal, right? Which is that flat, bronze looking piece, you understand, on the drum set that you see to make that high pitched sound. You know what I'm saying? When the drummers be banging on them. You know what I mean? For those of you who go to church, I know y'all know what that is, right? But basically what the scripture is saying, you just making noise, man. You understand? You just making noise, man. Like you all talk. You know what I mean? Because you don't got brotherhood, man. You understand? So basically what you saying, it don't hold no weight. You know what I mean? This is how you know the scripture was written by black people, by the way things are worded. You know what I mean? Like that's how black people talk. You know what I mean? We'll say, oh man, he don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he talking out the side of his neck. Oh, he all cap. That's what they say nowadays. They say he cap, man. He capping. You know what I mean? He faking. You know what I mean? So we're gonna read on verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. You understand? Even no matter what you can do in this world, man, you could be a goddamn millionaire, you could be successful. Everybody could, you know what I'm saying, be envy you, want to be like you. You understand? But if you ain't got brotherhood, man, according to this Bible, man, you're nothing, man. We are nothing. You understand? And we don't got brotherhood. You know what I mean? Who was speaking? This is Paul speaking, right? This is one of the letters right there he was writing when he was in prison. You know what I mean? When he was still teaching them brothers, further edifying them brothers. You know what I mean? So he's using himself as an example. You know what I'm saying? That's why he say, though I speak with the tongues of men, because he spoke different languages. You know what I mean? And the tongue of angels, because he spoke that Hebrew. You know what I mean? He said, I am becoming sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal if I ain't got brotherhood. You know what I mean? Let them know I'm just making noise, even though I'm able to do all these things. You understand? Raise up people from the dead, prophesy. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in these scriptures? You understand? Putting their work, right? Building them schools. You know what I'm saying? All that work that was put down back then. But if he didn't have brotherhood, he would be nothing, man. It's a lesson that he's teaching them brothers. You understand? And teaching us. Why? Because we know what the scriptures say. Everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. So we got to apply this to our lives today. You know what I mean? Everything that we go through in today's time, you understand? Brothers, our people are put in positions where they could aid their people. You understand? Well, our people could be more informed about what's going on out here in this world. You understand what I'm saying? And know what's up. But because our so-called leaders are so goddamn weak, you understand? They do not have charity. You understand? This is why our people are in the condition that we in, man. Our goddamn leadership is weak. You understand? The so-called men that are supposed to aid us, guide us, and let us know what to do and what not to do and what's going on are, you know what I'm saying, shooking and jiving and getting us to sing and dance in these goddamn Christian church, and we are learning nothing. You understand? We are being edified in no type of way, right? You know what I mean? Nothing is being learned, man. Hey, Shalom, brother. How about you? What's going on, boy? What's going on, boy? Got some soldiers in the building. Do you think, bro? You good? You know what got some soldiers in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? We up in 1 Corinthians, brother. 1 Corinthians 13 and verse 2, right? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna continue till the brother get there. So verse 3, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. You understand? Say, though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, you know what I'm saying? Though you give your money to the poor, right? You're giving them clothes, you're giving them food, you know what I'm saying? You're giving them what things that you have, you give it to the poor, right? Which is also proving that this is not what charity is, otherwise they would have called it charity. You understand? The definition of charity that we've used, you understand, and it's the so-called society we live in is not the true definition according to the Bible. Right? According to the Bible, charity is brotherhood, man. You understand? Loving your brother, having that compassion, that care, and that empathy, that sympathy for your brother, man. You know what I mean? Right? But it says, and though I give my body to be burned, you know what I mean? Meaning what? Meaning you give it your last, man. You give everything you got, right? You got $5 left in your pocket. Your brother say, listen, man, I ain't ate nothing in a day or two, man. You understand? You willing to give that brother that last $5, man. You understand? That's giving your body to be burned, man. You sacrificing everything you got. You ain't got nothing else. You understand? Even if you're doing that alone, you would think, well, that's an honorable thing to do. He gave him his last $5. He gave him his last plate of food. You know what I'm saying? He gave him the last that he had. Brothers will respect that, but according to this Bible, what it say? It says, I give my body to be burned and have not charity. So even you doing all these things, but you ain't got brotherhood, you understand? Say, it profited me nothing. You understand? Meaning what? Meaning it hold no weight. It's just like you've been able to speak all them languages, you understand? Being able to prophesy these scriptures, yeah, but you don't have brotherhood, man. You just making noise, man. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna aid you in no type of way. You know what I mean? The Most High ain't gonna look down and say, oh, he giving everything that he got, you understand, to the lesser people, to the people that's poor that don't got it. He ain't gonna look down and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we write that down. Make sure y'all record that in the books. But he gonna be like, so? Right. The nigga don't got brotherhood. That's right. You understand? He don't love his goddamn brother. You know what I mean? You don't give a damn about you. Like, just understand that, man. Just because somebody give you some goddamn money, don't mean they give a damn about you, man. You understand? These rappers today, they starting a trend doing that nonsense now. Standing on top of cars in the hood, throwing money to the homeless, which is disgusting to me, man. It is disgusting to be throwing money at the homeless like they some goddamn strippers or something. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you want to do something honorable, how about you hand them out money, man? Right. You understand? Why the hell are you throwing money in the goddamn air and making them ramble around like goddamn animals for it, man? You understand? Like you going up to a pigsty and just dumping food in there or something. Right. You know what I mean? What the hell is wrong with you? That's right. That is not love for your goddamn brothers. That's not compassion. That is hate, man. You understand? And they do that for goddamn attention. You understand? They do that for attention and popularity boosts. Man, they getting a lot of negative feedback from it, from what I've been seeing. People don't respect that. How can you respect that? You understand? Why not do something honorable, like be a man, you understand, and walk up to those individuals and give them some goddamn money, man. You're going to stand on the back of your car, throwing thousands of dollars to just fly all over and for have people scrambling around, you understand? In their mind, they're thinking, what? They want this goddamn money. What's going to happen if a brother reaches for the same $100 bill that he trying to get? Brother, he is going to kill him for that money. He's going to be willing, you understand, more prone to take that man's life because now he's been put in a situation where in his mind, it's life or death. You know what I mean? That's the same way how goddamn these police, you know what I'm saying, they do the wicked ass thing, like they got the bait car. You know what I mean? You know how they got the little system set up to set you up for failure, basically. Right. You understand? That's setting your brother and sister up for failure, man. They out there homeless, ain't got nothing, and you throwing money off the back of your car, making them scramble and fight for that. You understand? That is not brotherhood, man. That is hatred for your people, man. Right. And it is disgusting. You know what I mean? I saw a pastor do that in the church to children. Good night, man. You understand? It's sickening, man. Give me Titus 1:10 real quick, since you brought up that pastor. You know what I'm saying? Your pastor, man, listen, your pastor is one foul, disgusting creature, man. That's right. He is one foul, disgusting, money-hungry, lavender suit wearing, alligator shoe wearing, right. Mercedes-Benz driving, 3-4 mansion having, yacht, you know what I'm saying, driving, party, money, hungry piece of garbage, man.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And the scriptures talk about him. You know what I mean? Read that when you got it, brother.
The book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers.
There are many what?
Unruly and vain talkers.
There are many unruly and vain talkers, man. Unruly, man. They can't even control their goddamn selves. They be up there on that damn podium, they be talking normal for a second, and then they get to jumping around and just doing crazy stuff and saying crazy stuff, acting like that goddamn fool, man. You understand what I'm saying? When your kid do that, what do you tell him? You better stop that nonsense.
Right.
Stop acting foolish, boy. Sit your behind down somewhere.
That's right.
But a grown man do the shit. Excuse my language. A grown man do it, and y'all think he got the goddamn Holy Spirit on him. So why the hell your 5-year-old son who doing it in school ain't got the Holy Spirit on him?
Right.
Why you got to take him home or beat him in front of the class because he acting out? Hell, he doing the same thing the pastor. Like he got the Spirit of God.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's being unruly, man. Right? And they say what? Vain talkers, man. Meaning what? The stuff that they say, it don't mean nothing. It don't hold no weight. Just like how the scriptures say what? You understand? If you ain't got charity, man, you become as what? As sounding brass. That's right. As a tinkling cymbal, man. Right. You just making goddamn noise. Right. You understand? So understand that, man. You running your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You got money. You got knowledge of this earth. You doing all these things. If you don't have brotherhood, man, according to the Bible, it means nothing. That's right. Right? And with that, I'll pass the class over to Priest Officer Top One.
Salakia.
Couldn't get the Facebook, man. I think I said that wrong.
No, that's good. I'll try to get it rocky. If not, then go for it. Salakia. Shalom. Shalom. How about you, Shabbat to the brothers? And how Shalom? How about you, to the sisters? I'm trying to get this Facebook. Oh, snap, bro. Oh, wait, I thought you was on the Jamaican one again. Remember that?
Yeah, it was good. You did that for the
Con. Damn sure did. Everybody swallowed them?
Con.
Let's see. It works. God, that should be too. Y'all could just check the Facebook feed and see if it's up.
I got it now.
Oh. So what?
Yeah.
You can move them chairs up. I mean, it's not Friday, so yeah. For sure. Yeah, come on, brother. Yeah, man. Make sure this mic works. You gotta turn that down too. Let me see. All right. Most High Christ. There we go. That's it. You got any cups up? Mario might be trying to check the office. Mario might be trying to get some right now.
Yeah.
Who's in Christ? All right. The water, by the way, brother. Where was we at? What was you just reading from Mario?
We was reading
1 Corinthians 13.
No, we was at Titus 1 and 10.
Read that again.
Get it back.
I'm about to see you. So while you're doing that, I'm sending you these articles.
Titus, the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Many unruly, vain talkers and deceivers. What does vain mean? What does it mean if something is vain?
No value, worthless.
Lacks value. It's nothing. It's garbage. It's straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, a good way to say it is it lacks value. There's many unruly and what talkers?
Vain and unruly talkers.
And
Deceivers.
And deceivers. So not only do they talk nonsense, not only like my brother just said, they stood up there and hashkala bashkala, you know what I'm saying, or they have a fit, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, if it was a child, you would say, oh, there's something wrong with this child. Or you would be like, you know what I mean? Like, stop doing it. What's wrong with you? You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll take, not only is the pastor a grown-ass man, but you a grown-ass man or a grown woman going up in there cheering on the what? Cheering on this cat doing that nonsense.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? My brother brought out a wild point. Next time your child does that, you know what I'm saying? You should not be complaining. You should not, if somebody calls you up to the school and says, little Timmy or Jaquan or whoever is acting out, you should be like, no, that's just the spirit.
Damn right.
He got the spirit on, what my brother said. That's all. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all need Jesus. That's what you should be saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're not going to say that because you know deep down that is childish.
Damn right.
That is foolish. There's a reason why your child does it. There's a reason why he does it, because he's a child. He doesn't know anybody. He doesn't know how to express himself. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't, water, brother. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know how to say, you know what? I don't want this food.
Right.
If you could, it would. If I had my druthers, I'd like this food.
Right.
Like he can't say that, so he goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your Christian pastor's excuse?
Damn right.
What's his excuse for all of that nonsense, right? I know what his excuse is. He knows that if he does that, you're going to pull out that purse.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pull out that wallet. You understand? You're going to give up all the coins. You know what I'm saying? That's why he does it. So I guess he has a good reason too. So lock it. Finish that out, brother. Finish that verse.
Especially they of the circumcision.
Especially they are the circumcision. It be your own people. You understand? It be good.
To me, that means that the Israelites are the best shit-talking, bullshitting motherfuckers out there talking that bullshit.
I mean,
right?
I can't say that though, because it's not about what you think in that regard. Because Joel Osteen, you think black people don't get any money, Joel Osteen?
Yeah, but it's just a flavor that the black bitches bring.
That's true.
With that circumcision part, I believe it's talking about how you understand how like the Christian pastors, how they talk about the Most High, talk about God, but in their heart, you understand what I'm saying? Like they put on a show as if, you know what I'm saying, they follow the law and they love God, but then they don't. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm saying, like, it's true. It's not just about the way they talk it, right? It's about it's like the device that they're using.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that looks like you that also is using God. They're using the scriptures, or they claim to be. You know what I'm saying? They're of the circumcision. They claim that this is how you get close to God.
Right.
They claim that this is how, you know what I'm saying, how you get to heaven or whatever the case may be. But really underneath it all, it's just what? Vain. It don't mean nothing. It's just deceit. You understand? Now you was also reading Corinthians, correct?
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish whatever verse it was in Corinthians if you came up with that. Does it relate to today's topic? Go ahead and start from verse 1 and he's going to read straight through it.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
You already know what that means. If you know what I'm saying, if you ain't really got charity, if you don't got brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, it's just noise, man.
That's right.
It's just foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Read it from the top again. Verse 1.
Verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men.
Though I speak with the tongues of men, you speak a bunch of languages. Read on.
And of angels.
You speak the Lashawan Kodash, man.
And have not charity.
And you don't have charity. Let me say this too. You speak the Lashawan Kodash, right? That's the tongues of angels, right? But then let me not also. I'm gonna throw this in there, right? Because this is not. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying these are the tongues of angels, but then you have some fake Israelite who thinks that they do speak the tongues of angels. They think that they speak Hebrew, right? Now, we know that it's garbage and what they're saying is a bunch of Yiddish nonsense. But they'll use the fact that they can fluently speak some garbage version of Hebrew to try to say that that makes them better than the UPK. Or that they're the real this and that, and the real this and that. But you know what they don't do? You know what they don't have? Brotherhood.
All right.
They don't have the thing in us that makes us risk our lives every Saturday.
Right.
You understand? Or Friday. They scoff at us. They say, oh, all you're good for is yelling at people. All you're good for is just being aggressive and rocking all them clothes and you look like a Power Ranger and all that. Right. Well, guess what? I look like a Power Ranger because I care about black people.
That's right.
Hispanics, Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? I rock a shield. You know what I'm saying? And I go out there on a podium and yell all day long because I care about my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? An example I always like to use is, if you're on fire, would you like me to be like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, but I think you might be on fire. Right? Do you need some help? Like, right. Or you want me to be like, help! Fire! Help! Help! You know what I'm saying? You want somebody, or something's going on, or what are you going to do if you're in danger, right? What do you tell your kids, right? What do you tell your kids? I remember when I was a kid and they told us, if a stranger comes near you, or if somebody's trying to bother you, or an adult is, you know what I'm saying, trying to grab you up, what do? You scream at the top of your lungs. Go ahead.
I need to know.
Help! Help me! Adult! Like, you scream because you're alerting people to something. So that's why we do what we do. You understand? But it's called charity and brotherhood. Right. If we just sit up here and speak Lashmore Quadash at 2534 South Roxborough Street and never leave these doors, what good is it to blacks, Hispanics, and Indians? You understand? If we speak patois, if we speak, you know what I'm saying, French, Spanish, if we speak these other languages, Portuguese, you know what I'm saying? All these different languages, brother, speaking. We can speak those, and we just stay inside of our respective buildings, right, or our houses, or on the internet, and don't go out and try to help the people that we once were. What does it profit us? What does it do? Read on.
And have not charity, I become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
Then I'd be a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
Right.
Then you could claim all you do is yell and make noise. But no, that's not what I do. That's not what we do, Salakia. We warn our people. We warn our people about World War III. For how long? Since 1969. You understand? Read on.
Verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mystery,
right,
and all knowledge,
right,
and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And
we know Solomon tells us that charity never means given to the poor in the Bible, right? But a genuine love, you know what I'm saying, for your people. Read on.
Verse 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity.
Right, my brother said, man, you might give all your money to feed the poor, right? You might do that. You might give all your money to feed the poor, or you might get on the back of a car and start tossing money to homeless people.
Right.
If you think that makes sense.
Right.
You think that's charity? What do you think that person, you're going to toss money to somebody, you think that's going to make them feel better about themselves?
Right.
No, it's going to make them feel like an animal.
That's right.
It's going to make them feel more homeless. You might as well have not done that.
Damn right.
You understand? It's going to make that man feel like less of a man. That woman feel like less of a woman. It's going to make that child feel more ashamed than they did before they had just stinking $100. What you got, Huh?
I read this. It reminds me of when Trump went to Puerto Rico after the hurricane and was throwing people paper towels.
Right.
That actually enraged the people.
Of course. Because there's a line between, you know, you being inhumane and being humane.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are living in hell. Part of that hell is that our humanity is being taken from us. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, every day it's like the world is trying to make you feel like a little boy.
Right.
As a black woman, every day the world is trying to make you feel like a little girl. and our humanity, our own, I'll use the word royalty that we come from is stripped from us, so that way we just look at ourselves as these wretched beings that no one wants. But deep down, we know that that's not who we are. And so when you treat us like animals, we're not going to take to that. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to appreciate your money has love. Like, and that's the thing right there. Who's the real animal in that situation?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who's the brother who did it?
Blueface is one of them.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, it was a few other ones.
Okay, no sweat.
I'm looking at it real quick.
No sweat. Yeah, if you could, Bob, shut the water. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm not saying that my brothers who do that, I'm not calling them animals, right? But what I'm saying is that the problem is with them. Their perception of money and value is the one that's twisted. You understand? Money, the value of money doesn't exceed the value of righteousness. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't exceed the value of being treated fairly, being treated like a human being. You understand? That's straight up the game of, you know what I'm saying, pimping it, if I may Salaki, excuse my language, pimping it home. You know what I'm saying? To turn money, get it out.
Yeah, it was Blueface and a rapper named Ryan.
Okay. I think I heard it, but Blueface, obviously, I know. But yeah, no sweat. You probably don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? But that's what that is. Read on, brother.
Charity suffereth long and is kind. Salakia, verse 4. Charity suffereth long and is kind.
Charity suffereth long and is kind. It's kind. I mean, a basic principle that our people often don't understand. Be kind to each other. It's not kind to do that. Right. It's not kind to belittle your brother, to degrade your sister. Read on.
And charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself.
Charity vaunteth not itself. When you stand up on the back of the car throwing money at poor black and Hispanic people, you're vaunting yourself. You're doing that because you want people to know how much money you have.
That's right.
You're not doing it because you care about your people. Read on.
Charity is not puffed up. Verse 5.
Now that's the end on that. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to finish that. The water, brother, for bringing that out. I wanted to just use that a little bit as a springboard for today's topic, because what I want to talk about today, as we see, man, a lot of stuff going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know what I'm saying, what the scriptures say, rumors of wars. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's all over. I've never done, in all my life. Now, there wasn't much social media when I was a kid, but, you know what I mean? The last time I seen this much, or I heard this much rumors and talk, was 9/11. That was the last time I heard this much murmurings like that. You know what I'm saying? And if, I don't even know, man, there might even be more now, man. Everybody's gearing up. Everybody think any day now it could go down. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. But you know what I'm saying? But Commander General Yohanan prophesied this years ago. You understand? The Isupk has been prophesying the coming of the Third World War since 1969. What you got, brother?
As to what you were saying about Commander General Yohanan, I saw a video that he did in 2015, May of 2015. Mm-hmm. And the same characters that he was talking about, Syria, United States, Russia, right, Iran, is the same people that are involved in this matter right now.
Absolutely, 100%. But the reason why 1 Corinthians is relevant to that, man, because in the Isupk, we strongly, first of all, we follow the Bible. That's number one. Let me just say that, get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? We don't do anything of our own accord. You know what I'm saying? If you could, brother, check. You just take this bottle and just like move it. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see my brothers. Boy, most high in Christ. Yeah, but in the Isupk, since 1969, it's been all about, you know what I'm saying, getting our people to understand who they are, getting our people to understand, you know what I mean, what true love is, how to be brotherly to one another, what our place is, what Zephaniah 2:1 said. You know what I'm saying? Gather yourselves together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the Isupk has stood on since the beginning. And we stand on it today. And one thing that we teach and have always taught, you understand, that some of your favorite fake Israelite deacons and bishops or elders or whatever they are will not teach you is that not only is the oppressor the devil, man, because he is the devil, the Bible speaks of,
Right.
but of all the places that you don't want to ever be caught in is in his damn military. I mean, and it's so funny to me, right? Because you know how many like, not arguments, but how many times I've seen people argue about, oh, well, you got to vote. Isupk, you know, y'all teach people not to vote, and y'all teach people not to do this and not to do that and such and such. And we've always taught, you know what I'm saying, don't be in the military. Get out, if you can get out of there, get out of there. That's no place for a Black, Hispanic, and Indian man. Get out of them, you know what I'm saying, the SWAT team and the NYPD and the LA. Get out of there. You got no place in there. Got nothing to do with you. Now the same people who said that, oh man, I can't believe you're teaching people not to vote. I can't believe you're saying this and that. What are these people on the internet saying now? These same Blacks and Hispanics who claim, you know what I'm saying, who they went out and voted.
Right.
Yeah, maybe they didn't go for Trump, but they voted.
Right.
And some did go for Trump. And now they're on the internet saying, dear Iran, we just want you to know we had nothing to do with this.
Right.
It wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? Black people have nothing to do with this war. Leave us out of it. You know what I'm saying?
There was a report today that at one of the embassies or somewhere they had taken some prisoners and they had let go of 8 black men and 1 white woman that they were holding hostages. Somebody you hear about it.
Okay, no sweat.
So,
but yeah, but that's what
they know that we not in that shit.
Oh well, but guess what? We gonna be in it. Because when I say we, I don't mean the Isupk.
Because we put on that uniform.
Right. That's exactly because we put on that uniform. And all of that, a lot of us are going to go put on that uniform when it's all said and done. When I say us again, I'm talking about Blacks, Hispanics, there Indians. I don't mean in the Isupk. I'm saying that brothers and sisters who right now are on Facebook saying, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with us. They making jokes about the draft. Some of them is going to be in the uniform. You understand? It happens all the time. It's historical. It cannot be avoided. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me send you the first. I got basically going to use 3 articles today, but let me send you the first one. What you got, brother?
You know, I served in the military, and I remember the situation surrounding the military. It was peacetime when I went in, but what they did was they created, like after the Vietnam War, nobody wanted to join the military. So what they did was they created the economic condition to force people. There was like no jobs and shit. That when they came out of high school and stuff, they would go into the military. Right. And they're doing the same thing now. They're
absolutely doing the same thing now. Hold up, we're gonna get some history too on that very thing you're talking about. Get some history and some scriptures all rolled into one. So I'm sending you the 3rd article right now. Let me know when you got it, brother. The first one, I want you to read this first one because it's the most recent, but I'm gonna use it to show that, you know what I'm saying, we essentially have been here before. The brother just brought up is a heavy point, man, because they lure our people into the military. You know what I'm saying? Our people, Blacks, Hispanics. Matter of fact, I sent you the article. There's one, it should just say google.com.
I got progressive.org.
Not that one. No, yeah, progressive. Read that out.
And Google. I got 3 of them.
Yeah, you should have 3. There might be one more I sent you, but go to the one that says progressive.org first.
Okay, progressive.org.
Yeah, that's the one I want you to read first. Okay. And then we're gonna get to the a recent article of the first, not the first, but a young brother, I believe, was killed over there in Kenya. You understand, as a result of what's going on right now with this Iran situation. He's from Chicago, and we're gonna read an article on him, right? But go ahead and read that, brother.
Military luring Black and Latino youth with hip hop.
Now, this is an article from 2004, right? It's an article from 2004 that really is all around talking about the ways in which the military was luring Blacks and Hispanics. Why am I using this article? Because it goes into some statistics. Some things have changed over the course of the past about 10 or 15 years, right? But However, they haven't gotten lowered per se. You understand? And at this time, even the statistics they claim were lower. But if you hear what the brother says, I believe he's a Hispanic brother. He gives you the details unless you understand the disparaging numbers in the military. You understand, for blacks and Hispanics, despite the fact that we're lower in the population. But go ahead and read it from the top.
The military is targeting blacks and Latino youth, and it's using hip hop to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, the U.S. Army, partnering with an African American owned advertising firm called the Viral Marketing Group, launched its Taking It to the Street campaign to recruit African American and Latino youth.
Hold up. So wait a minute. So first things first. So this is 2004, right? This a couple years after. This 3 years after 9/11. And it says the U.S. Army partnering with an African American owned advertising firm called the Viral Marketing Group, launched its Taking It to the Streets campaign to recruit African American and Latino youth. Now, what does this sound like? And why would they go? Why did they go to an African American owned advertising firm? Why go there? I mean, you got plenty of, you know what I'm saying, white owned advertising firms that are way more popular, that have done way more work, that have brought in millions more dollars. Why would you go after some the Viral Marketing Group owned by African Americans?
I think that it was 2 reasons. One reason was so that they could say that they employ blacks and equal opportunity, this, that, and the other. And I asked how to use the culture against their own.
Get that brother a hand, man. This is no different than when Margaret Sanger said that she wanted to go to the pastors.
Right.
She wanted to link up with Martin Luther King. Why? Because there's a certain group of people who know how to. It's like, if I'm trying to get a message across, right? And again, I always talk about it, right? But I've done a little marketing in my day, and I study it sometimes, and it's something I'm interested in. And in order to get to expand a business, oftentimes you're taught to find your target market, like a niche market, like almost think more narrowly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not trying to get everybody. If you try to sell it to everybody, you almost decrease your chances. But if you can focus your energy on a certain group of people, you can then cater your product to them. And therefore, they're more interested in it, right? Right. So this is what they did. The military got together with a black marketing firm. Why? Because they wanted to target blacks and Latinos. It's like they already know that they can get a couple of good old boys, right? A couple of good old patriotic Americans, right? But you cannot lure black people with blatant, in-your-face patriotism. Slack, are you on? If you could, Bob, could you come in 1 second, brother? If you could just. Oh no, actually no, I got it. Yeah, it's just the charger. Because I didn't see the orange stitch. So I can you still safe? Good night. Just pick back up. Yes, Salakia. You cannot lure blacks and Hispanics with straight up in your face patriotism. It won't work. You can't go to the hood and just be like, Uncle Sam wants, Donald Trump wants you. Right. Niggas in the hood is gonna be like, get the hell out of here. What? Donald Trump? George Bush? Right. No, get out of here, bro. Like, I don't want any parts of this. Right. That will not work. So if you want to attract blacks and Hispanics to it, you got to put some flavor in there. That's one thing you got to do. Another thing you got to do, the brother brought it out before, you got to put some incentive up in there. Oh, wait, man, if I could, man, I wish I would have screenshotted it. I saw so many memes today, bro, of like black people like saying, like I saw one where it was like Donald Trump and they had a little caption, and it was like, it's like, I'll get rid of your child support payments if you go to war. And they showed like a brother like jumping down on some Arab Muslim cat You know what I'm saying? About to kill that dude. You know what I'm saying? If I'll get rid of your child support payments, and brothers like, well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? All kind. I saw like a good like 8 of those memes, bro. Where it would be like some ridiculous. I'll get rid of your student loan debt, and then you see them with a gun, like you know what I mean? It's all kind of little stuff. If you give black people, especially monetary incentives, now you can get them to do a lot of things. Why do you think black women go to strip clubs? Why do you think black men sell drugs? Why do you think black people work menial jobs? Why do you think that in most of these situations, you'll find black people and you can tempt them with money. You can tempt them with quote unquote opportunities. Why? Because black people are poor. Right. Because Hispanics are poor. And we don't want to be poor. Right. So if all I gotta do is go in the military for what? What's like the average tenure in the military before you can 4 years. That's like going to college. See, but going to college, you gotta have some money. You gotta have, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to a decent school, so you know what I mean? You gotta have some decent grades, you gotta have some transcripts, but you gotta go to the military. Is there any requisite other than just being like healthy? But you gotta pass the physical, right?
Yeah, you gotta pass the physical, now you gotta have a high school diploma, and that's it.
I'm shocked. I'm sure they'll probably get rid of that too.
They might have. But when I was coming through, you had to have it. I don't know about today.
Right. Okay, no sweat. You know what I mean? But incentives. And that's what they do. Now read on in the article.
It featured a bright yellow Hummer.
A bright yellow what?
Hummer.
A bright yellow Hummer. Go ahead.
Spray painted with images of the military and stars and stripes.
Ooh-wee.
Hip hop music blared and people wore basketball throwback jerseys.
If I can find a picture of this, go ahead.
Word up. In an obvious attempt to seduce urban youth, many of whom have little or no job prospects.
So they brought out a bright, this is 2004, right? And you gotta know, hip hop culture, man, there's always some car that's like big car. Right. At that time, this is when Hummers was still in production. Right? Or they might have just ended production, but they were still a crazy big deal. Even now you see a Hummer, it's not the same, but it's a big, you know what I mean? It's a big prestigious vehicle, right? You know what I mean? So you see a Hummer, right? And this is 2004. They had a Hummer, and spray painted on the Hummer was the stars and stripes. They let the two worlds collide. They brought it together, man. So that way they can get these blacks and Hispanic boys to think, well, I mean, maybe the military is not so. Read the part where it says, Salaki, it says, read the top of the paragraph, it featured the bright yellow Hummer.
It featured a bright yellow Hummer, spray painted with images of the military and the stars and stripes. Hip hop music blared.
Hip hop music blared. That means they were blasting rap music out of this Hummer. Out of this Hummer to lure blacks and Hispanics into the military. These are the same people. Them good old boys. Didn't a young man get shot, get killed because they claim he was playing his music too loud in a car? Where was that?
I think it was in Florida.
I think it was too. If you know in the chat, let me know. A brother, and let me know his name too. It definitely happened. There was a young brother who got killed on account of the music being too loud. You know what I'm saying? The sister said you can have a GED. Come.
Oh, okay.
The water sis. The army thought they would kill my son. Damn right.
That's right.
Most High in Christ. You know what I mean? But read on that article.
Since its 2003 debut, Taking It to the Streets has showed up at MTV's Spring Break, BET's Spring Bling, and various NAACP functions. This spring, Taking It to the Streets is planning to storm.
What's the name of it again?
Taking to the streets.
Taking it to the streets. Oh, wait. Taking it to the streets. This is the U.S. military. Yeah, huh?
That brother, his name was Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis.
17.
17-year-old boy.
He might have killed him with Michael Dunn. He was 47.
Did he get a
He
sentence?
got life in prison.
Okay. Damn right.
Justice.
Damn right. He killed that, but his excuse was that he was playing the music too loud, correct?
And he testified for his own defense in court.
He was a
Like he thought that was going to work.
yeah. 'Cause he's
See
a
that?
white man.
You see? I'm glad you said that, huh? Because you know what? He'd probably seen it work for somebody else before. He probably damn sure was, oh, this other song was too loud. And they're like, oh, he had the music too loud. What's the decibels? Okay, you know what? Yeah, no, what can we do? Yeah, sure. You gotta kill him. You gotta kill him if the decibels is that high. You understand? But when the military wanted to recruit black men, they knew what to do. They knew how to reel them in. They had the Hummer, the throwback jerseys. Beginning of 2004. You know what I'm saying? Fabulous had the throwback jerseys like crazy. You know what I mean? Read on.
At various NAACP functions this spring, taking it to the street is planning to storm gatherings like Miami's Calle Ocho Festival, Black College Reunion in Daytona, Florida, so like the Black Heritage Fest in New Orleans, and the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City.
Ooh-wee. So I want y'all to see this too. Matter of fact, brother, if you can barbecue shop, get me Zephaniah 2:1. Hold that one. And I also want you to get me what I put in Salakia. Also get me Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17. I want you to read Lamentations 4 first. If you can barbecue shop. Because the
4 and 13?
4 and 17.
4 and 17.
Just hold on 1 second. The point of this is this, man. Desperation, man. This nation has always put you in desperate situations and then watched you clamor over one another to try to get out of it. Because when they put you in those situations, what can they do? What is it? If I keep you poor, then how does that benefit me? Yeah.
A poor man is easier to manipulate economically.
Only economically?
Well, spiritually as well.
I can manipulate you in any way I want. But guess what? I have to keep you poor in every way. I got to keep you economically poor. I got to keep you mentally poor. I got to keep you physically poor. I got to keep you spiritually poor. I got to take away your spiritual source of power by not telling you who you are according to the Bible. You understand? I got to keep you physically poor by not, you know what I'm saying, feeding you good foods, not putting good, healthy resources in your areas. I got to put a liquor store in every corner in your neighborhood. I got to put cigarettes in your neighborhood, put drugs in your neighborhood. You understand? I got to keep you economically poor because all you're going to do is if you're economically poor, then I can, now, whenever you need something, who are you going to come to? You're going to come to me. And the little bit of money I give you, you're just going to give right back to me anyway. You're just going to funnel it right back in my pocket. You have nothing. So in this moment you get something and you need something, I'm going to tell you where you can go to spend that money. And that's right here in the pocket of myself. You understand? So read that.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save.
As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. We've been looking and constantly looking to the same man who oppresses us and destroys us and kills us and robs us and rapes us, praying for some salvation. Praying for just a little bit of relief from the raping and the robbing, from the murder. You understand? Just a little piece of humanity. Just a little piece of humanity is what we've been trying to get. You understand? But we've been trying to get it from the wrong person. We've been trying to get it from the same one who put us in a position to be asking for it in the first place. Read it from the top.
As for us.
As for us, the Israelites, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read on.
Our eyes as yet fail our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
And we have watched for a nation that could not save us. The U.S. military cannot save you. You understand? The Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force cannot save you. How many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have literally come to that conclusion? Have said to themselves, you know, I think I'm also going to the Army. I'm thinking about going to the Army. You know what they can do? They'll hook you up. You can do this. You know what I'm saying? And then just by the time, man, they'll put you through college. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you this money, man. You come back and da-da-da. Good.
I remember, and I'll never forget the pitch they had me when I went on Yorkville on 86th Street to the recruiting station, station 86 and left. And they showed me this picture of this fort, this was Fort Bliss, Texas, and they made it look like it was like a resort. And when I got down there, it didn't look nothing like that. So they use any kind of, enhancement to get you in. You know what I'm saying? And you just looking for me, I was 18-year-old kid, 17 actually, looking for a better way of life.
Right.
I thought that was a springboard for me.
Exactly. That's what they do. That's their tactic. To convince you that this will help you go further in life. You give a little to your country, so to speak, and it'll come back to you. But what have most of our black brothers and sisters, Hispanic brothers and sisters, Native Indian brothers and sisters, what have they got in return for their service? We done talked about it in this class many times. We talked about the brothers in the Civil War, and World War I and World War II. And we talked about them brothers who got murdered. You know what I'm saying? We talked about them brothers who came back to nothing. We talked about them brothers who risked their lives, you know what I'm saying, and didn't get the medals that they were supposed to get. I read a story about a brother who died who was nominated for a Medal of Honor. A Medal of Honor. I think, is that the highest? Not the highest.
It's one of the highest.
It's one of the highest. You got the Purple Heart now. The Medal of Honor is one of the highest awards that a soldier can get. That is what you get when you save someone's life. Like when you go into a jungle with bombs blaring around you and you pick up somebody and you rush them. Like when you save lives, or when you sacrifice yourself in an incremental part of the war or the war effort, you get a Medal of Honor. And this brother from World War II, I believe it was, they never gave him this. They wrote his name out the books.
There was another brother, I think he was from World War I. They gave it to him after he died.
Right.
They gave it to him.
That might have been the same brother. It might have been two brothers, actually. I read the article. If I can find it, I'll bring it up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what you get in return. They tell you you're going to get this and that. You know how many people, I come from on my mother's side, again, I wasn't raised around them, again, because I was born and raised in New York, and on my mother's side was all down south. But I still wouldn't, I know they're military family. And you know what happens when you get up? I thought when you get out the military, you get all these crazy benefits. Now I know you can get some, but a lot of people I know who was in the military work at the post office. Which is nothing wrong working at the post office. There's nothing wrong working at the post office, but
if you're in the military, you get 5 points on your score when you go in the post office.
Okay.
So if you score 80, you get 85.
Right.
I scored an 82, they gave me 5 more points, and I got 87.
But let me ask you a question, brother.
Sure.
Could you have gotten a job at the post office if you didn't go to the military?
Yeah.
This again, it's not about the post office part. It's this idea. I once thought that. I thought oh man, you go to the military, you don't come out and they made it seem it's like going to college. You go to the military and you come out with the resources to go conquer the goddamn world.
It's so sad because I got family members that are veterans. You know what I mean? It's one of my cousins, he got an honorable discharge because he was out there having seizures and stuff. So they supposedly they was paying him every month. Because a certain way that when you leave out on good terms, you know what I'm saying, due to injury, stuff like that, they will compensate you.
Sure.
But now, you know what I'm saying, last year told me how they cut that back.
Wow.
And they just took it away from him completely.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? It's I got other cousins who, you know what I'm saying, they haven't lost their lives out there doing what they do, and it's you got nothing to show for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You literally giving your life for the so-called country. It's like you got nothing to show for. You ain't making no money off of it, nothing that you can.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100% got that.
The only thing I really got out of it was I was able to get a VA loan for a house, and they had me. I had free medical care in the VA hospital up until 2008. They took that. Now, because I was working for the post office, they said I could pay. You know, but before I was old enough to get sick and shit, I could go to the VA for free.
Right.
Not no more.
Right.
So they offer you these things. There's a few things you could get,
right,
but none of it is close to being worth your life.
Yeah, none of it is close to being worth your life. I mean, I'm glad you said that. Like, think about how many brothers and sisters one day were saying to themselves, you know what, man, maybe this would be my ticket. This would really help me. And they never, ever made it back here. Go ahead, please.
Here's this brother that always come on Facebook. He's all burnt up and shit. You ever seen him? He's like burnt from the head, and they show a picture of him. He was a handsome young brother, and he went over to Iraq, and he got all burnt. I mean, he looked fucked up. He fucked up. He had like 12 surgeries.
Yes, I think,
and you know, and I always think of that brother because this brother went over there with the same idea. He went over there thinking that, yo, I'm going this military. I'm gonna build my life. That's what we all thought. Man. Every last one of us thought the same shit.
Right. Because read it from the top of the scripture real quick.
As for us, our eyes as yet fell for our vain help.
For our vain help. That's right. It's not real. It's a figment of your imagination. Vain, it's useless. It's not help. Right. Read on.
In our watching, we watched for a nation that could not save us.
We watched for a nation that could not save us. They can't save you because if they save you, they're going to lose. Everything they do is built on their desire to enslave you. You understand? Salakia. The sister said the VA hospital will kill you. They use the wounded blacks to run tests. Good night. I believe it. They love running tests on black men and women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Just to add to that real quick.
No, please.
From the time when I got out of the military in 1980. And from the time of from 1980 to 1995, the whole system, the VA system, that system's right, man. That whole shit changed, man. Right. It was like when I first got out, I used to go to the VA hospital to get sick notes to get off of work and shit. Right. Into all of that shit.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. But our eyes were watching, man. We watched for a nation that could not save us. Right. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse. Let me see something. Which one I want? Let me see. Read the whole, not the whole chapter. I want to see which particular verse. Because there's obviously a few I could use, but I want the one that says Salakia. Spitting. I should go for myself. No. Smite nope.
Like 48.
That's the one I was thinking, but let me see. Given. You know what? Yeah, start from verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Right, because again, we're about to read this article too. So matter of fact, I might let you hold what article you got, and I might go ahead and jump to this other one, man. Because this is sad. Matter of fact, that just reminds me. Ooh wee. Oh man. Oh, the soldier, his mother got deported.
No shit.
Yup. Yup. Oh man, I gotta read this. The one, because I just remembered this. I just remembered this story. Second lieutenant. Yup, this is crazy.
He did 2 tours and shit.
Let me see.
Deported his ass. I remember that guy.
Good night.
That's right. Yeah, he did 2 tours and they deported him.
Good night. This is crazy.
Right.
It says a U.S. Army officer's mom just got deported. He says he feels betrayed. Oh man. His mom had been deported to Mexico. She called her family from the other side of the border to let them know. I feel betrayed, to be honest. Second Lieutenant Gibram Cruz told CNN affiliate KSWB, a country that I'm serving, which I've served proudly. These policies that are put in place to keep my family, so I can keep my family safe, have let me severely down.
That's right.
Cruz and his family have been trying for months to convince officials to let his mother, Rocio Rebela Gomez, remain in the United States. What you got?
No.
Okay. The case drew national attention last month when the U.S. Army officer flew home for the holidays and told the San Diego Union Tribune he feared it would be their last Christmas together. Traveling to see her in Mexico wouldn't be possible due to military restrictions, he told reporters Thursday. Good night. Yup. There's a lot going on in this article, man. Man, if I can. So, Salakia. First, I need Deuteronomy. I need that one. I also need, I need perpetual hatred. Shoot, man.
That's how I say it, right?
That's Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
I think I told you to hold something else too, right?
Yeah, I had
Zephaniah. Don't worry about Zephaniah.
And then I got Deuteronomy 28:32.
Yeah, I need that one. Hold Ezekiel 35 and 5, and I think there's one more I need, but I might just read that one myself. Give me that. Give me Deuteronomy, man.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fall and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
The reason why I brought up Zephaniah 2 and 1, because the Bible tells us to gather together, O nation not desire. And sometimes, unfortunately, we've been conditioned by the devil, the Bible speaks of, to believe that Hispanics aren't our people. Native Indians aren't our people. If you don't think that Hispanics fit the curse of Deuteronomy 28, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Read that from the top again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and daughters and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Your sons and your daughters will be given to another people. Now, this is literally talking about slavery, right? But it's also talking about the things going on right now to black people. This is a prophecy about our condition in hell in America. You know what I'm saying? It don't end. It didn't just end with chattel slavery in 1865. Anybody ever heard of child support? Anybody ever heard of this? You know, black children are like cheaper to adopt than any other race. So that's why when you look out and you see some Caucasian woman with a little black baby, some white couple with a couple little black babies, that's why. Because it's cheaper to adopt black children. You understand? Our children are given to another people. Are our children not in the prison system? Read all you got. No, you about to say something.
I was just going to say, like, you know, I was watching this movie, and it was about Geronimo, and they captured these Apaches. They took the men and the women, and they sent them to Florida, but they kept the children in Arizona. So that's another instance of that.
Right. I mean, we can go on all day.
White man's school.
We can go on all day. We can go on the Trail of Tears. You know what I'm saying? We can go on what's going on at the border right now. Children in cages. We can talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We can talk all day long about them taking. I mean, and let's not forget, like you said, what you brought up, Native Indians. A lot of times, who's ever heard of Pocahontas? Everybody's heard of Pocahontas, right? You think she's that slender, little weird kind of Asian looking thing from the movie. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the real history of Pocahontas, I believe, was kidnapped, essentially, and taken to Great Britain. You understand? We talked about Squanto. Squanto was kidnapped and escaped slavery in Great Britain. And that's why when the settlers came over, he was the only one of his tribe they could find. And he also could speak English because he had been it had been forced on them before. So this is what our people go through. Our children are given to another nation. Don't our children go in their school systems and learn about another nation's history? Don't our children go to school and learn about another nation's culture? I remember being a kid and they shipped us up to Washington, D.C. for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And in those 2 days, I saw the faces of every old slave-owning white man ever in a bronze statue in the Capitol building. The only black figures I can remember even acknowledging in that whole trip was Thurgood Marshall. At the time, there was no Martin Luther King statue. That's the only one I can think of. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was in there. I went to a school full of black kids. I never went to school with a non-black person until I was, when I say non-black, I mean non-black Hispanic, until I was 14. And here we are, a bunch of black kids in the Capitol building, looking at literally former slave owners and being told by some, you know what I'm saying, Caucasian tour guide how great these people are. Our children are given to another nation. Right now, we're reading about an article about a brother. He was given to the U.S. military. A lot of our brothers given to the U.S. military. And now guess what? I don't know if it's been rectified since I think this article was a little bit, it's not that old, a couple days old, but he said he couldn't see his mother because of the rules of him being in the military. He can't go to Mexico right now. You understand? And she can't, obviously she's been deported. She can't come back to the States. You know, yeah.
That's weird because when I was stationed in Fort Bliss, Texas, which is El Paso, right across the Rio Grande from Juarez, Mexico. And we used to go in Mexico all the time. Right. I
don't know the full details.
And you changed that shit.
Yeah, I don't know the full details of it, but I'm just saying this is what the cat's saying. You know what I'm saying?
But it's true though, because I've heard that in other instances recently, but I never thought about it until now.
Right. Right. But yeah, read that scripture from the top, brother.
The book, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
And there shall be no might in your hand. You have no, this brother is he's in the military. You know what I'm saying? A decorated soldier. And he can't do anything about it. He can't. And the article says, Salakia, let me go back to it. Cruz and his family have been trying for months to convince officials to let his mother, Rocio Rebela Gomez, to remain in the United States. But they said the case drew national attention last month when the U.S. Army officer flew home for the holidays and told the San Diego Union Tribune he feared it would be their last Christmas together. Traveling to see her in Mexico wouldn't be possible due to military restrictions, he told reporters Thursday. You understand? So they had been trying to get them to let her stay. But there's nothing that he could do about it. There's nothing that she could do about it. Finish that scripture out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
Right, that's talking about all the work that you do. You know what I'm saying? That talks about all the work that you put in. I mean, we didn't build up this nation. Built it from the ground up. Built the buildings, the bridges, the railroads, the monuments. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a black man designed Washington, D.C. We built it all up. And then we fought in every single war. Every one. You do know that Native Indians sometimes were forced to fight alongside whites in those wars, right? That led up to the Revolutionary War. Native Indians were brought in there. Black men were brought into those wars. You know what I'm saying? In different positions. But we were there. Salakia.
If I may.
Go ahead, please.
The Native Indians fought against their own tribe in some of those wars.
A lot of times because they had these treaties that they were set up. They would set up these fake treaties You know what I'm saying? Convince them, well, if you fight with us, you know what I'm saying, we know that y'all don't really get along with them that well anyway. So fight with us and we'll give you this. And fight with us and we'll give you that. And they got nothing. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times that's what they did. They wouldn't take, well, I know this tribe don't really deal with this tribe, so why don't y'all fight with us? Good, huh?
You know, in the same movie I was telling you about Geronimo, right? Mm-hmm. Like they used these Indian scouts to hunt Geronimo and his tribe down. They was from the same tribe. Mm-hmm. The very day that they was going to put Geronimo on the train and send him to Florida, they took them niggas' guns and sent them with Geronimo.
Mm. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
You know.
Finish that scripture.
Verse 33. Shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away.
That shall be only oppressed and crushed away. You understand? You can go ahead and drop that. Now, first, give me verse 48 too, because that goes back to what we were saying before.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst.
What does that mean? What does it mean you're going to serve him in hunger and in thirst? Yeah,
that you rely on them for food and water.
That's exactly what it means. It means you're going to rely on them for everything you need, for sustenance, just to sustain yourself. That's called slavery. When you have to, when you are in a position where you have to rely on someone else just to stay alive, you understand? That's the condition that Blacks, Hispanics are in, and Native Americans in America. You understand? Read up from the top.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
And in want of all things. Drop that and give me the Ezekiel 35 and 5.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5.
You thought that they were going to save you, but this is the truth. This is the true understanding and the history, you understand, of how they feel about you. This is what it is. You can't expect this person to save you. Read that.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because you had a perpetual hatred, a continuing hatred. Read on.
And hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And you killed Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, man. Read on.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
In the time of their calamity. When we're even at our lowest, you still kill us. At our lowest. Look at the Trayvon Martin thing, man. That thing just burns me up.
If there's anybody I want to kill, I want to kill that.
Brother, no sweat. Well, you of course know you cannot do this, right?
I know I can't.
Okay.
But I
want. Just making sure.
Yeah, I know I can't do that, but I want to.
I mean, what the scripture say? What the Lord say?
The peace be as wise
as a serpent,
and as peaceful as a dove.
Harmless as a dove. But what else did he say? Vengeance is his. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You understand? That's not our thing to do. Yeah,
I know I'm not a fool like that, but that's the one person in my heart, man, that, if I had to, if I was able to and get away with it, I would.
No, you wouldn't. Because you would just have sinned.
Yeah, okay. Kind of.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you would just committed a sin by doing that. So then you'd be in a position where it's like, you mad at somebody else for doing this thing, but you were sinning. Yeah. I mean, when I say, I understand what you're saying, right?
For justice.
I understand what you're saying, but that's, okay. What's the scripture? Let me see if I can get it real quick.
What does it say?
Huh?
What does it say?
Isaiah 30 and 1. Read that. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Just to reply to what you said.
Woe to the rebellious children.
Woe to the rebellious children. Right? Go ahead. You know who the rebellious children are, right? Who's the rebellious children? Israel. You know what I'm saying? Israel's the rebellious children. Read on.
Saith the Lord, that take counsel.
Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel. Read on.
But not of me.
They take counsel, but not of me. They take counsel of Creflo Dollar. They take counsel of the Black Panthers. They take counsel of themselves. They take counsel, but not of me. Read on.
And that cover with a covering.
And that cover with a covering, they try to protect themselves, shield themselves. Read on.
But not of my spirit.
They try to shield themselves with something. They try to cover themselves with something that's not of the Most High. Who did that? Give me an example of somebody who did that very thing. This is a precept for them. They try to cover themselves with a covering, but not of his spirit.
David.
No. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve believed that they were naked, not literally naked. They had clothes on, but they felt uncovered because they was going after what the other nations were teaching. You understand? So they were trying to get a cover. They were trying to cover themselves with a covering that wasn't of the Most High. Now, can you read on? This is the last part that I want to get.
We still in Isaiah?
Yeah.
But not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
They may add sin to sin. You can't add sin to sin. You know what I'm saying? You got to take counsel of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. Vengeance, it says, I know exactly what you mean. We all want justice for our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? But the way the Most High wants us to do that, we get justice by doing what? Because the Most High said that he would fight our battles for us. That's what he said. He said that he would fight our battles for us, and our enemies would become what? His enemies, if we would just follow his law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? So drop that and give me the Ezekiel.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and in the time that their iniquity had ended.
Right, they've had a perpetual hatred against us, man. That's what we read about right now. I'm gonna jump back to the article. Salakia. It says, Immigration and Customs Enforcement said Rebel Gomez was deported Thursday after exhausting all legal avenues for appeal. A spokeswoman for the agency noted that Rebel Gomez had been deported previously and that the judge had ordered her removal. Re-entering the United States after deportation is a felony under federal law, she said. This is a quote. The prioritization of immigration fugitives since the inception of ICE emphasizes their arrest and removal because they deliberately ignored a federal judge's order. ICE spokeswoman Paige D. Hughes said, intentionally failing to carry out final orders framework of immigration enforcement as established by Congress and renders federal law useless. Salakia. Let me see something here. Family members, let me read this last part and we'll go to the next article. Family members rallied behind it. We're reading an article about a Hispanic brother in the military, an officer whose mother was deported, and he said he felt betrayed. Cruz previously applied to a program that protects relatives of active U.S. military members from deportation, but the request was denied, family members said. CNN is working to confirm the reason for the denial. Rebula Gomez had lived in San Diego for more than 30 years, family members said. She'd been deported 3 times previously. Each time she returned to the United States to be with her children. Family members told reporters. This is a quote. Yes, she has a deportation record, but she came back for us, daughter Carla Cruz said Thursday. Everything that she's done for us to keep us here, to give us an opportunity. She's the heart of our family. She taught us everything we know. Ooh-wee. Now, you want to tell me that the oppressor is not the devil the Bible speaks of? You're going to tell me that you don't have to be a vicious, inhumane, animalistic bastard to keep people away from their families while their children are literally fighting wars for you. You understand? Salaki, 1 second. Salaki. Give me you got Ezekiel, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and read that.
We read 5. We only read 6.
No. Actually, drop that. Give me Isaiah 42. I'm gonna keep reading this article, man. This is heavy, man. Like, this is straight up sad. It says, I'm gonna read this paragraph again. Yes, she has a deportation record, but she came back for us. Daughter Carla Cruz said Thursday. Everything that she's done is for us, to keep us here, to give us an opportunity. She's the heart of our family. She taught us everything we know. With Regular Gomez at their side, family members held a press conference outside the ICE office where she was heading for a check-in Thursday. Once again, they asked officials to block her deportation, waving signs that said, "Don't separate our family," and "Military moms deserve to stay," as TV cameras rolled. But shortly after the press conference, family members got word that Regular Gomez had been deported. They crowded around a cell phone, tearing up as they heard her voice from the other side of the border. "I didn't say bye to her," Gibbon Cruz told CNN affiliate KGTV. "I don't know when's the next time I'm going to see her." After his mother's deportation, he packed his bags for a journey of his own, according to the San Diego Union Tribune. He has orders to report to Fort Hood in Texas on Friday, the newspaper said. He's already committed to at least 3 more years in the military.
Ooh-wee.
3 more years in the military.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Going to the military for 3 more years is a lot. Imagine how much more it is when the same government that you're going to fight for just told you that, "Oh, your mother can't stay here," after you begged and pleaded. You understand? Give me you got what I told you to hold for me?
I got Isaiah 42.
40, no, it's Isaiah. I got you right now. It's Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. I'm gonna go back and read this one again, man, because it's so prevalent to what we're talking about. Salakia. 1 second. Where was it? Did I put it? No, I haven't read it. Dang. Good night, Salakia. Oh, here we go. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. The United States of America is 100% totally, in every single way, committed to destroying every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian.
That's right.
They're committed to that end. So when we give ourselves over to them in hopes that we'll get something on the other side, man, we always end up losing and looking foolish because of this scripture right here. Our vain help. You understand? Botham Jean, we all know that name.
That's right.
Botham Jean was what they call an upstanding citizen. Didn't have a criminal record. I doubt whether he even owned a weapon of any kind. I don't know, but he was an upstanding citizen.
They didn't find a weapon.
They found no weapon in his home. You know what I'm saying? And this brother,
And he was a Christian.
and he was a Christian, right? Didn't throw that in there, right? And he was a Christian, and for all of that, what did he get?
Murdered.
He got murdered by a police officer in his house with ice cream in his hand. And that police officer got how many years?
10 years. She'll be out in 5 or less.
10 years. Good night.
And she's already been forgiven.
She's already, let's not forget that part. She's already been forgiven. You understand? It's all about destroying you. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, do not go into the U.S. military.
That's right.
Do not go into anybody's military except one person.
Right.
commanding general Yohanan.
That's right.
If you need to, not if you need to, let me tell you this. I implore you, you must join the ranks of the ISUPK under commanding general Yohanan.
That's right.
Now, as far as being a soldier out here and hitting these streets, I would love to have more brothers by my side to help me, you know what I'm saying, the whole shabar and help us protect each other. But guess what? If that's not your call, no sweat. But your allegiance needs to be to your people. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. And the only way for you to demonstrate that allegiance is to join the ISUPK.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Pay your tithes, man.
Right.
Pay your tithes to the men. You know what I'm saying, to the man who held down this truth, you know what I'm saying, when nobody else would, and continually and was just sacrificed himself to raise up an army for black people. You know what I'm saying? If I may sidebar for 1 second, again, fake Israelites, I mean, you see some of the ones that they're like, oh, y'all need to get out them camps or whatever garbage, right? I don't care about what they talk about camps because I'm not in a camp, right? I'm in the school. ISUPK is a school. Camp is what I did just a couple days ago. You know what I'm saying? And when it got rained on, I got rained on in the middle of camp, and I kept teaching. I kept going. They had to pull out, what's the thing? What's the hook? That they used to be on the rainbow too? And somebody would be on the stage and they'd be doing something silly, and here comes some character with like a hook, and they like pull off. Yeah, like the Sandman at the Apollo. They had to pull me off while it's raining in my face. They had to pull me off the thing. Like, all right, Don, that's enough. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But they want to hate on us and come at the ISUPK and come up against us. Man, listen, if you were thinking, if you were actually paying attention, you would be saying, well, don't America got a military? Don't the Chinese got a military? Doesn't who else? Give me some more. Russia, obviously. You know what I'm saying? India, Canada, they got military. Canada. Doesn't everybody? Africa got militias and militaries all over the place. Everybody got a military. Well, where's yours, black man? Hispanic man. Don't tell me about the Mexican military, because over there, they're not being ran by you with people with your interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? The Mexico is not being ran. That's why you keep running away from it, because it's not being ran by people with your interest at heart. It's not being ran by people that look like you, that really come from where you come from, that understand you. It's being ran by, you know what I'm saying, by Europeans, Spaniards, and by sellout Hispanics. Just like America is being ran by Europeans and sellout Negroes. You understand? Sellout Negroes ain't really running anything, but they play catch up, and they help to, give you an illusion of inclusion. You understand? That's what they're there for. So it's the same thing. You don't have a military. Well, I stand corrected. You do have a military, and it's called the ISUPK, under Commander General Yohanan.
That's right.
You understand? So join the ranks. Now, what you holding for me, brother?
I got Isaiah 42 and 22.
Go ahead and read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is the people what?
Robbed and spoiled.
This is the people treated well.
Robbed and spoiled.
This is the people robbed and spoiled, man. Read on.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Wait a minute. So lock it, brother. You have to read that from the top, brother. Because our people, again, I just mentioned the illusion of conclusion. We so desperately want to believe we're good. We so desperately want to have hope. Wasn't that your boy's slogan? Obama? And all of this garbage. I think was it a change? Hope, one of them things. I don't know.
His thing was change.
Yeah.
Change has come.
Right. But I think at one point they were saying also like hope or something like that. Yeah. But we so desperately want to buy into what? Somebody read my mind. What is the thing that we want to buy into the most? Get it? Inclusion. But give me that.
Dream.
That's it. Give him a hand.
That's right.
We so desperately want to buy into the American dream. The American dream, it exists. It does exist. But the American dream, while it exists only for those who designed it. The American dream was designed. It was a grand design. And it was designed with certain people in mind. And I'm sorry, black man. I'm sorry, Hispanic man. I'm sorry, Native Indian man. You were not part of it.
That's right.
That's why when you read that Constitution and when you read that Bill of Rights, all that junk, you know, you do realize that when those things were written, you were still a slave.
Right.
And you're still a slave. You understand? Read that from the top.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is a people robbed and spoiled, you know?
They are all of them.
Some of them.
All of them.
A few of them.
All of them.
A couple of us together.
All of them.
Only the lower class.
All of them.
All of them, you know?
Snared and hold.
They are all snared in holes, man. Our people are snared. Let me tell you something. Don't get it twisted, man. Just because somebody got a little bit of money, man.
Right.
Just because they got a little bit of status, they're snared in holes too. You think because you own a business, because you're an entrepreneur, that you're not snared in holes, that you're not a goddamn slave. How about you stop paying the taxes on the house?
Right.
Just stop. Just stop paying it. I mean, why not, right? You free. Stop paying taxes.
They're going to take your house and put your ass in jail. And they're going to ruin your life.
Right. The brother just said they're going to take the house, put you in jail, and ruin your life. I mean, the first two was bad enough.
Right.
But they're going to probably come after your kids. They're going to mess with their credit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to send a collection agency after them.
Right.
Like, yeah, y'all owe us, like, your family, you got the same last name. Y'all owe us this amount of money, so, you know, we got to put that on you now. You understand? All of them are snared in holes, you know?
And they are hit.
So, Lockie, tell me, and I want you to tell me who this is talking about. Let's see if this is talking about the Trumps. Let's see if this is talking about, who give me some of the most famous, the Dreyfuses, see, the Kennedys. Read that?
And they are hid in prison houses.
They're where?
In prison houses.
No, they're in Buckingham Palace.
Prison houses.
No, they're in Beverly Hills.
Prison houses.
They're in prison houses. Now you tell me who this is talking about. Who is hid in prison houses? Go ahead, Doc.
Israelites.
Go ahead,
From
please.
there. Almost every day this week, I won.
Mm-hmm.
I done seen a brother. Today I saw a brother, he was from Detroit. He was in prison for 32 years. He was 17 years old when he went to prison, and he was found that he wasn't even guilty. So almost every week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, I see a brother released from prison for a crime that he didn't even do.
Mm-hmm.
So he was hidden in the prison house.
He was hidden in the prison houses. That's what many of our brothers are in there. Innocent. Many. They haven't even scratched the surface. They haven't even scratched the surface. You understand? But yeah, I see them stories too. I see one story, one brother got released from prison. I heard they sent him home on a collar or some craziness like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how true it is, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Read it from the top one more time.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Uh-huh.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Right.
And they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey.
They are for what?
A prey.
They are for prey. You are not here to prosper. You are not here to get free. You are not here to spread your wings, you know what I mean, and fly like a beautiful butterfly into the sunset of success and prosperity. That's not what you're here for. You are literally here in America because you are the descendant of slaves.
Right.
You are a descendant of people who were literally caught for a prey. And you're still here. for a prayer. You understand? But just like some may say, well, American dreaming, right? Or we're not slaves. And then UPK, man, we got the insight that you wish you had.
That's right.
That's right.
The UPK, we've been calling it going to the slaves since 1969. We're going to the. We've known that this is slavery. Because I got a MacBook, that means I'm not a goddamn slave. You know what I'm saying? Because I can drive a car. You know what I mean? That means I'm not a slave. Well, here's the difference. Any of us can quit the slave and not work and potentially, starve to death, right? An Asian man, right? He may have a job. He may have a job or whatever, and it may not work out. He may decide, I'm not working no more. And you say, well, he's going to starve to death. Not really. Because you know what he can do? He can go back to China. He can go back to China and stay in his great-great-grandmother's basement. You understand? Or he probably can go right over there and get himself some Chinese version of welfare, some Chinese version of public assistance that'll help get him on his feet. Some Indian man, same thing. Some Filipino man, same thing. Where are you going to go? Don't tell me you're going to go to Ghana. Please don't tell me you're going to go to Ghana because they don't want you there. Go ahead, huh?
It's funny that you said that. When I was coming down here, I was listening to what's his name, the radio station, 107.1, and he was saying, like he was naming off all these black celebrities that were in Africa over holidays.
Right.
It was crazy, man.
Of course they're going to Africa.
Yeah, they in Africa, like, and what's his name got citizenship. What's that name? The rapper from Atlanta.
Which one?
Ludacris. His girl is from Gabon, and he was on Facebook bragging about he got dual citizenship in Gabon and in America, and he showed his passport. Ludacris. I was like, oh, this nigga.
Good man.
Yeah.
Well, no sweat.
His fiance is from Gabon. I mean, matter of fact, they got married. I think they got married over there.
No sweat. Listen.
And that's the lure. See, that's the whole shit with this Wakanda shit, man.
They don't want you in goddamn Ghana, brother. It's the last thing that they want. Now, they might want Ludacris because he's rich. Yeah. I seen a post where some African woman was like, hey, she literally said, we don't want y'all here. Y'all can bring y'all money, but don't stay too long. Yeah, he got money. All these celebrities, they got money, of course. But do you think they want Tyrone from Redfern houses and Far Rockaway to come to Ghana? No. Do you think they want, little Ray Ray from Cornwallis to come to Ghana? And what else you got with Niger and whatever the hell else they got? Hell no. They don't want you because they know that you're not their people. You understand?
That's right.
Go ahead, please.
In Harlem, there's a large African community in Harlem, Matter of fact, when we went there, we saw them in the church.
I know.
So they don't fuck with us at all.
At all.
All they want to do is sell us shit.
Yeah, just sell us little disgusting, nasty, whether it be incense or cologne. What else they got out there? I know in Harlem they got soap,
incense,
yeah,
little t-shirts. You can buy t-shirts from them and shit.
Yeah,
colored t-shirts,
right?
A few garments and cheap baseball hats and shit,
right? They always be trying to cater to shit. Bootleg something. They always trying to cater to black people. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the only place they can set up shop.
Right. But it's just funny when you think about how you go into some foreigner store and they always got what niggas need. Like if I need a do-rag, I gotta go to an Arab to get it. Like they know, like I gotta go to an Arab or an Asian or some African. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Socks. Back in the day, I'm showing my age now. I remember when I was in high school. This is like the tall tee era, right? This is when you didn't even have to really be fresh and wear expensive clothes. If you just had a tee that was like 6 sizes too big, you was considered fresh.
It's a white sneaker.
Right. Yeah, some Air Force Ones. Right? Some just crazy baggy jeans, like wild baggy jeans. Some, Air Force Ones and a tee like past your knees and a fitted, you're fresh. That's how it was in like 2004. You know what I'm saying? So they selling the tees as well. We was buying it from them. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. They know. Read it from the top. What you got again, brother? I want to jump to this other article real quick.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled, and they are all of them snared in holes,
right?
And they are hid in the prison houses. They are for prey, and none deliver
it.
None deliver it.
Army.
None deliver it.
Navy.
None deliver it.
Air Force.
None deliver it.
Marines.
None deliver it.
None deliver it. All of the armies and navies and air forces and marines ain't stopped black people from crowding the prison. None of it has stopped black women from being number one in abortions. None of it has stopped black people from dying from AIDS more than anyone else.
Right.
Heart disease, diabetes. None of it has stopped any of them. Let me ask you a question. Has us being in the military changed people's perceptions of black people as such that we're still not the number one victims of violent crimes by police officers? No. We still get killed. But let me jump back to the article you got, because there's some statistics in there that are very interesting. Ooh, and then I'm going to jump to this other one. So we're going to do 3 articles today. Most High Christ. I'm going to go ahead and just finish this scripture real fast. Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is the people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. Man, you know how heavy that is? None saith restore. Jeremiah says something so suave, man. He said something to the effect of, other people dying is horrible. We don't want to see anybody die. We don't want to see anybody, you know what I'm saying, hurt or harmed. We just want people to stop harming us. It's horrible to see people go through things and murder and mistreatment. Nobody wants to see that happen to anybody, but can we just not be murdered?
Right.
Can we just not be mistreated? Can that happen? Is that too much to ask?
This kingdom it is.
Of course, because in this kingdom, that's not how it's set up. You understand? But that's what when it says, and none delivereth, man. Look at what we go through for them. We go to their military. We fight in wars that have nothing to do with us.
Right.
You understand? Salaki. We fight in wars that have nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? We support their government polls and we vote in their elections. You know what I mean? We patronize their stores. We do, I mean, there's again, we always break it down, there's nobody more patriotic than a black man.
Right.
A black woman. Nobody. We support this country in every way you can possibly think of. We go to their jobs, don't we? When they give, we go to their jobs so much that we beg them for jobs. We number one in unemployment. And always looking, hoping that we can get a job. That we can get in slavery. Please give me a chance to work for you and make minimum wage, please. You know what I'm saying? We do that. And what we get, not only do we get nothing in return, we get Trayvon Martin. We get this brother, mother being deported. We get our children in cages at the Mexico-Texas border. You understand? We get COINTELPRO. We get unemployment. We get dirty water in Flint, Michigan.
Right.
That's what we get for our efforts, our collective efforts as a people to raise up their country. I say their country because you better believe it is their country.
That's right.
For so long, we tried to believe it was ours too. They told us it was. That's how they got you in that military, right? They told you it was your country. And they said that you can do what? Be all that you can be. They played on your desire as a man to have strength.
That's right.
They played on your desire as a woman to have a say-so, to have a voice. They play on your desire as a minority, especially after slavery, where you were nothing but cattle. Or to be a black man, to be a nigger, meant you were like an animal to them.
Right.
And all you wanted to do, we read about it a couple weeks ago, all you wanted to do was prove to them that you were a man. Unbeknownst to you, all along, the Bible told you you're the only man, that he's a coward, and he's an animal. Give me that, please.
Genesis.
You can give me that one too.
Or Revelation 18. Which one?
Now, I want Genesis, subtile beast. You said Revelation 18?
Genesis 3 and 1.
Hold up. I know. I need all ye beasts. Oh, my jumping to die.
I know it's one in Revelation talking about being a beast. That old devil.
Right. Give me whole Genesis. Give me Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 9.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 9. All ye beasts of the field.
We just talked about it. This is talking about exactly what we just said, man. All ye beasts of the field. Read on the top.
All ye beasts of the field.
All ye beasts of the field. Read on.
Come to devour you. Yeah, all ye beasts in the forest.
It's talking about the fact that in your neighborhood, everybody's setting up shop to destroy you. All ye beasts of the field, come to devour this people. You understand? Now go back to the article you had. I really want to get to that because we're going to close it out in 5 minutes. I know everybody getting ready. Jimmy Yohana going to blaze on it tonight. Ooh-wee. You know what I'm saying? He's going to bring out some heavy info, of course, as per usual. Y'all better tune in. You know what I'm saying? Because that is, of course, the leader of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay? Now, read what you got, brother. So now we're back to an article that's talking about the way, this is back in 2004, how they were using hip hop to try to lure brothers, Black and Hispanic brothers. It says it in the article too, man. It says Black and Latino youth with hip hop into the military. So read from the, it says, last fall,
a related event, the Campus Combat Tour, appeared at 5 college campuses with high percentages of African American students. It culminated with a battle between rappers who were judged by the tour's co-sponsors, the popular hip hop magazine, The Source.
Keep going.
The military's drive at African American and Latino youth is evident of a long-standing tradition of recruiting soldiers of color to the front lines. Both groups consistently show participation and casualty rates higher than their proportion of the population. Both groups consistently show participation and casualty rates higher than their proportion of the population.
They show participation and casualty rates than their proportion. What does that mean? Go ahead.
2 things. It means that there's more blacks percentage-wise in the military than exists in the population, and also their death rates are higher than their percentage.
Right. That's perfect. That's exactly what it means. The why. That is exactly what it means. It means that based on the percentage of our representation in the country, our representation in the military is much higher. So what does that tell you? There's a few ways you can look at it, but I'll tell you what it tells me. It's the same thing if you look at the numbers, right? Now, black people supposedly, again, we're looked at, brother, if you keep out with y'all, just see real fast. Black people are looked at as, sometimes being anti-American and we're not looked at as being patriotic. That's what the perception is, or that's how they seem to look at us. But let me ask you this question. There was always a big thing about black people and voting. Black people got to get out and vote. And the messed up part is that black people take it out. Black people go on the internet and say, oh, the problem is, you understand, we got to vote. You know what I mean? We got to vote, man. You got to get out here and vote. How you going to get your opinion heard? How you expect something to change if you don't go out here and vote? That's what they say. But let me tell you something right now. Ain't nobody prospering in America like the so-called Chinese man.
Right.
Japanese man, the Asian man is living it up. You understand? Economically, man, brother, let me tell you something real quick. Not a story, but they're like not intelligence, but their numbers in terms of education are so crazy and viewed in such a way. When I was coming out of high school and decided what college to go to, right? I chose to go to a Catholic school or went to St. John's. In my borough in Queens, you got Queens College. It's a what's called a community school, City University of New York. It was a good school, but it was a good school, but it wasn't like national news good. All of a sudden, there started to be like an influx of Asian students. Like almost every Asian student from Flushing and all of the surrounding areas started going to Queens College. They were going St. John's because it was expensive. They weren't going out to Hofstra. They weren't going to Fordham. We're going to go to Queens College. And they went, and now that school is like top 200 schools in America. Like they brought up the GPA so high that now it's almost a community college, but it's hard to get in there now because of it. That's the influence that they have. You understand? So I'm saying that to say this. You understand? I'm saying that to say that. So, one second. What's the scripture I wanted? You holding it up?
Oh no, I'm not holding anything.
You're not holding anything. Well, Amos? Oh, Amos. I'm about to give to Amos 1:11. Yeah, that's the one. That might even be the one we end on.
The book of Amos, chapter 1.
No. You don't need to read it yet. You don't need to read it yet. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, I was saying that to say that their economic stance is so high. The perception of them is so high. But do you know what Asian Americans don't do?
They do not go in the military.
They do. That is true. They don't go in the military. That's really the main point I'm getting to. But before I got there, what I was going to say was, what else don't they do? The thing that every black man that's like 50 and up says, oh, black people got to do this. What you got?
They don't promote voting.
Most of Christ. They do not vote. They don't vote. Asian Americans do not give a damn who the president of the United States is. Right. They don't care. Like, they don't care who's president. They don't care who's the president. They don't care who's the mayor. They don't care who's the governor. Right. It's Senate. None of that. But they prosper. You know what I'm saying? But for some odd reason, and not just older black people, young black people too. You know what I'm saying? Be able to get out there and vote. Diddy had a whole campaign, vote or die. You know what I'm saying? They all tell us that garbage. But that is simply not what you got, brother.
It's like, real quick, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, isn't it like a known fact that it's a specific group? I forget the name of the
electoral college.
Right. Who actually are the people who determine, you know what I'm saying, who's gonna sit at that damn seat, right?
Essentially, it's a weird, stupid, dumb thing that they use where each state basically has the electoral college casts a certain amount of votes based on the population of the state. So if a state has more people, it gets more weighted because of the electoral college. I think that's what happened in 2000 when Bush got elected. That was the whole controversy.
With Trump too.
But yeah, with Trump too.
That's what I said, like what happened with Trump,
Right, because more people voted for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, she got 3 million more votes.
But he won the electoral college in the states. That's how it's funny because it don't even go by like an amount. It's like if more people voted for him in this state, he's gonna get all of the electoral college votes in that state. So in Texas, who the hell is not gonna vote for Donald Trump? Yeah.
This is one of the safeguards that they put in to keep the oppressor in power.
Of course. Well, I mean, they can put whoever they want up there. They can put Barack Obama, a Hamite. You know what I'm saying? They can put a woman. Yeah, it don't matter regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's still America. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you might have a black police chief. What the hell is that gonna do? Yeah,
it's like, I mean, let's not make it seem like it ain't what it is. It's like us being in goddamn Egypt voting for another pharaoh.
Right, most high Christ. Yeah. That's exactly what that is. Yeah, you're not going to hand. That's a perfect example. It's like voting for another pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? But I'll go back to the article you had.
In the early years of the Vietnam War, black soldiers suffered 23% of the fatalities, even though they were only 11% of the nation's population.
Pay attention to these numbers, man. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. This is the Isupk warning you. Get out. Get out of there. Okay, you ain't have nothing to do with this. Help yourself. Get out of there and get in here. In the UPK. Listen to these numbers, man. It says that in the Vietnam War, blacks represented what? 23% of the casualties?
Yeah. It was only 11% of the nation's population then. That's
a quarter. A quarter of the casualties were black men. Even though we didn't represent a quarter of the population of America's, 11%. Ooh-wee. Read on.
For Latinos, some 80,000 served during Vietnam, incurring about 19% of the casualties, of all casualties at the time. Latinos made up only 4.5% of the total U.S. population.
And then for the Latinos, man, they represented 19% of the casualties, even though they were only 4.5% of the population. Go ahead, brother.
I know this brother, like he would tell a story, like when he was in Vietnam, like they had to fight against everybody because he said some of the Puerto Ricans even looked Vietnamese and the whites would kill them. You know, because you know Puerto Ricans, they look like every motherfucker.
I mean, the person was little, I know what you mean.
A lot of them are called Chino because they look a little chinky, you know. So and then some of them are darker than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what he was saying. He was saying like we had enemies on both sides. I'll never forget him saying that shit.
You know, can I know exactly what you mean? You know?
Today, among U.S. soldiers in Iraq, about 32% of those who have died at the enemy's hands or from accidents, suicidal illness, have been identified as being from a member of a minority group. According to a Script Howard article, of those wounded in action, 30% have been people of color. Blacks and Latinos currently combine to make up 25% of the total U.S. population.
Read on.
In 2002, in a push to recruit more Latinos into the military, the Bush administration accelerated the naturalization process for non-citizens. Predominantly Latino.
Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. Read that again.
In 2002, in a push to recruit more Latinos into the military, the Bush administration accelerated the naturalization
you know,
for non-citizens, predominantly Latinos, if they chose to serve in active duty.
Wait, so lock it. Let me just get a definition.
Back to Mexico.
Right. Let me just get this definition real fast. Slovakia. Naturalization, the admittance of a foreigner to the citizenship of a country. So it's naturalization is the process by which a non-citizen, you understand, can become a naturalized citizen, which would mean, Salakia. Naturalization is the process by which U.S. citizenship is granted to a foreign citizen or national after he or she fulfills the requirements established by the Congress and the Immigration and Nationality Act. So it said that they would speed up the process.
Right. You could become a citizen
If you serve. I wonder how, I'm not going to speculate, but I wonder again how many of them are in that situation now, or were in that situation then. They became citizens as a result of naturalization because of that push, but then their parents weren't citizens. Go ahead, bro.
They changed it now because I read a story in last summer where there was a Latino brother. He served 2 tours in Iraq and they deported his ass. So he didn't get a chance. They changed it. It's not.
Well, you can't become naturalized just by being
right. They don't speed up the process for you no more. You still got to go through the whole process.
Imagine that. I should have pulled that off.
Because the population is shifting.
Good night. Read on.
The continuing exorbitant rise in college tuition rates, coupled with the decrease in funding for urban schools, makes it almost a pipe dream for many Black or Latino youth to attend college. With few other options, some see the military as the only viable way to prepare for good jobs or pay for higher education. On average, the Army spends about $13,000 in recruitment advertising to get one person enrolled. About what it costs New York's public school system per year to educate one child. According to a recent Village Voice article, America's current system of foraging for recruits among urban and poor rural white youth to serve on the front lines of its military is harming our country.
Right. I gave you a scripture to read before. You was holding something?
Yeah, I'm home. It's Amos.
Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. And I also want you to hold, these will be the last 2 scriptures and we out. Salakia. Let me see.
That's some heavy shit right there.
Can I? Well, I'm gonna finish the article. Give me give me don't want that one. No. Good. Oh man. Yeah. Mic went off because my laptop died. Well, it's a while, but yeah, I had it plugged into my laptop. It's too while. Nah, bro, this is too wild. Just go ahead and read the one you got.
The book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11.
All right, we're going to pretty much close up on this. But first, let me finish the article. Because I'm damn sure it says America's current system of foraging for recruits among urban and poor rural white youth to serve on the front lines of its military is harming our country. It says, first, by misplacing funds into recruitment, it takes away federal spending from social and educational programs in our communities that could better invest in our youth. Second, it ensures that middle and upper class America, like the one President Bush and many other lawmakers belong to, almost never serve in combat. Strong resistance to the Vietnam War began only when families from well-to-do social and economic classes started to worry whether their kids would be drafted and returned home in a box. By packing the front lines with America's disadvantaged youth, the military is doing them and our country a disservice. You understand? But here's the thing. The Most High got something for that, man. The Most High got something for the way that they play on your desperation. That's what this article is talking about, amongst other things we read today. It's all about how they use your desperation against you. You know what I'm saying? They use your condition, the very condition that they put you in, they use that, you know what I'm saying, to disadvantage you even further.
That's right.
So read that, brother.
The book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord.
Thus what?
Thus saith the Lord.
Right. In the ISUPK, you ain't got to worry about us talking about what we're going to do to you. We ain't going to do nothing to you. It's not about us. We're going to tell you what God is going to do to you.
Right.
Read it from the top.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4.
3 transgressions of Edom. Edom, who's that?
The oppressor.
The oppressor, man. That's the forefather, the oppressor, man, of America. Read on.
I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
He will not what?
Turn away the punishment thereof.
Read on.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword. Read on.
And did cast off all pity.
He did what?
Cast off all pity.
He did what?
Cast off all pity.
He did cast off all pity. When you were at your lowest moment, when you're in the ghettos, when you're starving, when you're dying, when you're trying to just get a little something to drink, something to eat, when you're trying to feed your family, when you're trying to do a little bit better, he sits back and says, oh, this is the time to strike. This is how I can get him to do my bidding. This is how I can get him to turn away from his God. This is how I can get him to destroy himself or herself. Because he did what? Start from with the sword.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
And he kept his wrath forever. He kept his wrath forever. It goes on for the Most High to say that he's going to destroy Edom, man. He's going to destroy them. What is it saying, Psalms? Happy shall he be in that day that dashes thy little ones against the stones. You understand? Matter of fact, Salaki. One more we are. Give me 2 Thessalonians 1:6. And that's that.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Verse 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahushua Mashiach shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels.
Let's read that first part one more time.
Verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing.
So what thing?
A righteous thing.
A righteous thing. We don't.
With the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
To recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. The Bible says it's right for America to burn, man.
That's right.
It's right for America to be destroyed. And for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to finally get that retribution and be in their rightful place as the rulers of this earth. You understand? Under, you understand, Yahushua, under our King, Christ. You know what I'm saying? So right now, the way to do that is to get in the eyes so we can to commend the General Yahan. And with that, pass the glass over to Priest Officer Mahayar. Oh, you just hold on 1 second, bro.